So what is one of the best buy and sell signal indicators? What's going on, team? It's Ricky here with Tech Solutions. I really hope that you learned something new. And if you do, please consider dropping a thumbs up, subscribing, and feel free to share this video with someone that you think can benefit from it. So let's go ahead and jump right into it. We're going to be using the webull trading application. This indicator that I'm going to be talking about today is free and is available on the webull trading application. It's going to be the first link in the description down below if you want to download it. Right now, webull has an incredible promotion going on, which means that if you download the application, the first link down below using my link, and deposit at least $5 on your initial deposit, you'll earn up to 12 free shares just for signing up. And yes, you can have more than just one trading application, which is great, especially if you're bored of your old and outdated brokerage. It's time to try something new. And the thing that I love about webull is that they're always implementing new and very useful indicators, such as what we're going to be talking about today, the Supertrend indicator. Now, one of the first things that I want to talk about is just like any other indicator out there, there is not one indicator out there that is going to be 100% perfect or 100% accurate, right? I like to use them as a reference, but never a sole reason on why to take a trade. When it comes down to this buy and sell signal indicator, I want to show it to you very quickly. You guys see on this 1 minute time frame, this is on QQQ. You see a little green arrow, that's the buy signal, and a little red arrow, that's the sell signal, right? And if this is what you are looking for, this is called the Supertrend indicator. I'm going to show you from start to finish on how to actually install it on your webull trading application. So one of the first things we'll do is we'll remove it off of mine. There it goes. So where do you add indicators? Very, very simple. You have to make sure that you're on the stocks tab, right? And then you go right on over here and let me just make sure. Yep, it's going to be right here. On the left-hand side, it's going to be the little indicators section. We're going to pop that thing right up and we're going to click on edit indicators. Now, webull provides you with a long list of different indicators that I would encourage you, regardless if we even talk about it in this video, take time, right? Take time to become familiar with the platform and the different indicators that they offer. But the one that we're going to be doing today is the Supertrend indicator. And all you do is you turn it on, right? When it comes down to the length, you can adjust the length depending on what your preference is. I've been messing with it on the 1 minute time frame. I personally don't find the Supertrend indicator to be super reliable, and that's just because on the 1 minute time frame, especially if the market's very choppy, there's not any indicator, right, other than price action that is ultimately going to be able to determine, hey, is market going up or down, right? So the length, I don't really mess with. The overall style, you can mess with this if you want to. For the the input is 7th and the factor is 3. That's the default setting, and that's what I leave it at. And then this is the line. So again, the buy signal being green, the sell signal being red, right? Very super simple to understand. And then this gives you a quick little breakdown. The Supertrend indicator, so the ST is built using 2 parameters and commonly uses ones of 10 and 3. Typically, the uptrend or bullish signal occurs when the stock and index price turns greater than the Supertrend indicator value. So what that is trying to say is, I want to make sure that you understand what it's saying. There's this little bar, right? That once it turns on for a sell signal, this little green line will follow after. And that is pretty much almost the way that I view it is it's once the price or the candles drop below that price, then the sell signal is triggered, right? So it follows at a distance and gives it some wiggle room. This is why I don't think it's super useful on the 1 minute time frame. And then when the sell signal is triggered, it pops up with the red line, and then now the buy signal is only triggered when the actual pattern breaks above it, okay? So that's what they are explaining in this. So a downtrend bearish signal, which is the red signal, occurs when the stock and index price turns lower than the Supertrend indicator value. The Supertrend indicator calculation goes as stated. Upper band, and again, it goes into the calculation of the actual parameters that go into the actual indicator itself, right? So hence the ATR is derived by multiplying the previous ATR with 13. So again, that's actually getting into the true kind of technicals of what makes up this parameter, and you can mess with it, right? Depending on what stocks you trade, depending on how useful you find it to be. What I find the most, or when I find the most useful kind of like signals from the super trend indicator, it's on the 5-minute time frame. And the reason why is, let's be honest, how many of you guys struggle with over trading? A big reason of that is probably because you're trading off of the 1-minute indicator. There's a lot of quick changes of direction or a lot of fake outs on the 1-minute time frame. On the 5-minute time frame, it's a little bit slower. So I've heard this feedback from our LPP traders. Sometimes they like to trade on the 5-minute, sometimes they like to trade on the 10 or 15-minute to really slow down, which means now every candle represents a longer period of time, right? On the 1-minute time frame, it means that every candle represents 1 minute of time. On the 5-minute time frame, it means that every candle represents 5 minutes of time. So, and if these signals are triggered pre-market or during extended hours, right? So this grayed out area, I don't normally view that to be the most reliable, right? Volatility and volume is a lot less during these extended time frames. So please make sure that you are aware of that, right? But we got a sell signal here, right? So it begins to descend, lower highs, lower lows, and we don't get a buy signal here until then, right? But then if you see from the buy to the sell, there's a lot of consolidation. So this actual buy and sell signal, in my opinion, would have not been super reliable. But that was a very choppy day, right? So now we got a sell signal here. We saw a reversal. The buy signal didn't trigger until we broke above this candle, but then we got a sell signal there. Again, another time, even on the 5-minute time frame, that it was not very reliable. And note, these 2 days are days that the market is trading very sideways. So what is that telling you? Well, that's telling me that, okay, on days that the market's very choppy, direction is not very clear. So the super trend indicator is probably not going to be super accurate. At the end of the day, it kind of speaks for itself. When the day is choppy and there's a lot of consolidation, you probably shouldn't be over trading anyways because direction is not super clear. It hasn't decided if it's going to be bullish or bearish, which again, ultimately, that's the whole point of buy and sell signals. Think about it. People always confuse the idea of trading that, oh, I need to trade every single day and regardless of market conditions. But if market conditions are not favorable, why would you expose yourself to that kind of risk? Just something to take into consideration. Now, if the overall day is maybe a little bit more consistent, right? So if the reversal forms, it establishes its support, we get the buy signal here, and then the higher highs continue, then the sell signal here. That would have been a profitable trade from the buy and sell signal on the super trend indicator on the 5-minute time frame. But again, it's not just the indicator, it's also the conditions that it was exposed to, right? Direction was a little bit more clear and there was more progress on QQQ, right? And we can go back and continue. And this is one thing that I want you to continue and I want to encourage you to do, right? As you begin to test new indicators, the super trend indicator just being one of them on different time frames, right? With different factors, whatever the case might be, don't be afraid to look back at history and then ask yourself, is this or has this been a consistent and reliable indicator? Remember, nothing is going to be 100% accurate, but if you're someone that struggles with maybe having a better understanding of when to buy or when to sell, wait for proper confirmation or when to properly exit, then these indicators can just assist in being used as a reference to have a better understanding on when to do so, right? So we got a nice little buy signal here, QQQ, right? Higher highs, higher lows. It's trading above this super trend line, right? You see how it follows at a distance. This is my EMA, this is my moving average, and this green line that matches the same color as the indicator is following at a distance. And it's not until it broke below, this was after market hours, that we actually got a sell signal. So this would have been an extremely successful super trend trade with a buy and sell signal because there was no break of pattern, direction was super clear, and conditions were super favorable. So again, it's not just the indicator. The indicator is to be used as a reference. At the end of the day, it's also important, almost more important, to understand what conditions is the day offering. Is direction super clear? And this is why I've said it so many times within our LPP lesson library is direction, in my opinion, is one of the most important things when it comes down to trading, because it doesn't matter if the market's bullish or bearish. If direction is clear and consistent, you can always make money, right? If market's selling off, you can short. If market's going up, you can go long. Keeping it simple and being selective on only opening trades when conditions are in your favor based off of your own criteria is going to be in your future self's best interest. So I just wanted to make sure that you guys understood of what buy and sell signal indicator is out there, and then what time frames I personally view them to be a little bit more useful in. I showed you on how to download it on the webull trading application. So what are you waiting for? Click that first link down in the description, download the webull trading application, and start testing out that Supertrend indicator as soon as the market opens on Monday. If you have any questions about what we talked about today, I hope that you don't hesitate to reach out. Feel free to send me a direct message via Discord or via Instagram, which is also linked down below. And again, I do trade live every single morning. You get to see all of my good trades, all of my bad trades live in real time, especially if you're tired of figuring this all out on your own, then again, I'd really encourage you to join us on Monday. And again, that's going to be linked down below. We're running one of our biggest sales. It's LPP 2.0, the one-time payment, lifetime access, and you'll get to watch me trade live every day. But don't forget to download the webull application, which is the first link down below. Like always, let's make sure that we end the year on a green note. Take care, team.